On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the new G.I. Joe, The Pursuit of Cobra figures, and today we're going to be looking at Snake Eyes, the Ninja Commando. I've actually had these figures sitting for a while. Didn't get a chance to review them earlier, and as funny as it is, I picked them up earlier and now they're showing up in Canada. So had I just waited, I could have been able to find these. They seem to all be pretty easy to find in stores. Last time I was at a local Walmart, they actually had the Snake Eyes. They had all of them. The only one they were missing was Cobra Commander. So maybe it was good that I picked them up ahead of time. I think I picked them up through Big Bad Toy Store. I can't really remember, but good figures so far from what I've seen. A good solid bunch of figures. They're advertising down below. Your new TV network hub. And nice picture of Snake Eyes on the side here. Without a mouth, I might add. Without a mouth. Leave the mouth off, please, for the next G.I. Joe movie. On the back, got a picture of the desert battle. G.I. Joe fights back as Cobra unleashes its new weapon, the Cobra Hiss tank. And the file card on Snake Eyes, his name is classified, serial number classified, grade classified, mission equipment, hand-forged steel heirloom katana sword. Snake Eyes is the G.I. Joe's team Ninja Commando. As he and his wolf Timber cross the sand, he encounters his enemy Storm Shadow. The Cobra Ninja is heavily armed, but so is Snake Eyes, with an electromagnetic railgun and PDV-2 personal defense variant weapons. Lowering his solar modulating visor, he prepares for battle. The way they actually do the read up here on Snake Eyes, it sounds less like he's a ninja and more like he is a soldier. Shame that they've changed the file cards too and not gone the classic file cards, but all things change in life. Looking forward to getting this guy open up. I have been looking forward to getting these guys open up. So let's start these. We'll open up Snake Eyes here. We'll have a look at Snake Eyes, and I'll tell you what my early opinions of this line are so far. So there's lots more to come, guys. Stay tuned. Snake Eyes comes with an array of accessories. One of the nicer accessories is the fact that he comes with a new Timber. For anyone who collected G.I. Joes, probably you've seen the original Timber dozens and dozens of times. They've reused that same Timber to death. But they've actually now given us a new Timber that actually has moving articulation. It's not the coolest of articulation, but it's something. And I take this over the fact that we get a simple, solid piece of plastic. At least it does something. So far so good. I like that. I do like that. Nice detail actually as well on Timber. They've colored in the inside of his mouth, his teeth, even his eyes are colored. So way to step it up. Put him down. And we'll have a look at Snake Eyes here. I'll probably talk about the other accessories as we go through them. I like it. It's Snake Eyes, but it's still like it. How should I word this? It's Snake Eyes for what his design is, and they've updated him. But while updating him, they've still kept the core design of the character. I've seen some of the more recent Snake Eyes, I think from the Next Wave and stuff like that. Probably just going to outright pass on them, but I do like this particular Snake Eyes. Very, very well done. He has one thing that you can do, and that is the fact that you can lift up his visor. And underneath his visor you can see his eyes. Now this is probably where some people are divided. Some people actually like the fact that you can see that. I personally don't. I like that the idea is there, that you can, you don't have to have the visor up, you can have it down if you want. I will always probably have it down. I personally don't think Snake Eyes, you should ever see any part of him, his eyes, anything. I think with the mystery of the character, I think that's what makes the character so likable. As you can see, details in his vest, very, very nicely detailed. You see the straps around his leg. Nothing removable on this particular armor. I was actually trying to look on there and see if there was anything removable. The vest itself is removable. That you can take it off if you so wish. But underneath it's just a basic. It's a basic shirt. There's nothing really to write home about. That I'd be more inclined just to leave Snake Eyes as is. I've got him on his display stand as well. Now sporting actually 2 pegs. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the older stands only had the single peg. And unlike also the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra figures, this particular Snake Eyes seems to sit on his stand pretty well. You don't actually have to really force the figure on there. Now actually get into his other accessories. He does come with a katana blade. Pretty nicely detailed. Also comes with his hilt. No, I guess this would be his hilt, right? His holster. Clearly, I don't know much about swords, but you can actually take it and peg it into his back. You can have Snake Eyes drawing his sword. He also does come with 2 small, I guess, semi-automatic handguns. You can hold them. You would hope he would be able to hold them, being that he's a G.I. Joe and all. The one downside, though, is where this hook is on the gun. It means that you can't have it quite sitting straight unless you don't mind it being crooked. Now, he does come with 2 of them. You can also take those hooks and you can hook them onto, I think you can hook them onto 2 places, but hooking them onto the side, they only jet out. But you can also hook them onto his jacket here. Not the easiest, mind you, but you can hook them onto his jacket. And take that off. He does also come with a larger rifle. And we'll just put that into his hand. This one is a tad loose, and maybe I might fare better putting it in the other hand. Let's have a look here. His hands are interesting. I find with each new line of G.I. Joe, they sculpt the hands just a little bit more. A far cry, see, holds a little bit better in this hand. A far cry from the older G.I. Joes that were just a ring hand. Very nicely detailed, though. In the way of his articulation, Snake Eyes has standard G.I. Joe articulation, so a ball-jointed head. He has a ball-jointed shoulder. You can bend at the elbow. You can also rotate the arm. You rotate the hand. You would be able to rotate in the waist. I notice his belt's undone too. Snake Eyes, where have you been? You can rotate the waist. You can bend the legs back and forth, in and out. You bend the knee at 2 points. You can rotate the foot, and you can also bend the foot up and down. So far, very happy with this line. Based on this one figure, and maybe, I don't know, maybe the line will get progressively worse, but based on this one particular figure, I like this line so far. I am a real sucker for old school stuff, so any new updates to G.I. Joe I get a little iffy on, but I'm digging this Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes I'm going to give an 8.5 to, and as a side note, I'm actually going to give Timber here an 8 as well. Just because it's nice that they've given him an update. There's something different, and Timber looks pretty good for his age. If you can find this line, like I said, it's now showing up in Canadian stores. If anything, at least pick up the Snake Eyes. The Snake Eyes I'm very, very happy with. Definitely a cool figure, worth checking out. And that was a toy spot. Today we're looking at the new G.I. Joe, The Pursuit of Cobra. We're looking here at Snake Eyes. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.